What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Elevated Mondays. This is where we talk about building goals. We talk about motivation. We inspire each other. This is where we talk about getting the week started on the right note. La la la. Basically, yeah, we gotta start the week on the right note. You gotta start it right. Otherwise, yeah, the whole week is just going to go downhill. Simple as there's no other way. So I want to talk about something that's very simple, something that we overlook, and that is basically keeping things simple. If you're someone like me that's really working on self-development, it's something that I'm really focused on this year. Growth and self-development. I'm just prioritizing myself. Alright, so you could be working on self-development, you could be working on your business, you could be working on any goals that you're working on. Keep it simple. Here's the thing, we got goals, we got targets, we got plans. But what we don't do is, we don't go in with a strategy. What we do is, what I find most people do, and I think I was a little bit guilty of this myself as well, you pick 10, 5, 20, 30 goals, and you want to work on them at the same time. You literally just want to start 10 things at the same time. How is that going to help you? You don't need to get good at something right away. You don't need to get good at something right away, and let alone pick up 10 things and trying to get good at them right away. I mean, by trying to do too many things at the same time, you're only going to end up achieving one thing that you're just going to end up achieving, and that is overwhelming yourself. Simple as that. You're just going to overwhelm yourself. You're going to lose vision and direction. You're going to get yourself fatigued mentally and physically. All these things here, they're only going to lead you to one thing, and that is giving up. But you pick up, you start with the momentum, right? You start motivated, you got the purpose, you know where you want to go, but you got too many things going on at the same time. You end up just overwhelmed, and you end up tired, you end up losing sight of where you're going. So what I'm trying to say is, if you lose sight of where you're going, you're only going to give up, because at the end of the day, it's the little steps that counts. It's the little steps and the small progress that counts. But when you got 10 things that you're working on at the same time, imagine trying to keep track of everything at the same time. And that's just your life. I'm talking about you. And then you go work, you go uni, you go school, you go friends, you go all these other things around you in your life. It's not going to work. So what you need to do is pick at least 2 things. Work on 2 things a month. Just 2 things a month or 3 things a month. Simple things as well. And don't put pressure on yourself. Keep it simple, keep it light, and then just, watch the small steps of progress as you get better at those things, because they say it takes about 21 days to build a habit and about 90 days to actually make it into a lifestyle. When it becomes a lifestyle, that's when it becomes something that you just do naturally, that you just wake up, you just do. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to think about it. You don't need to think how you're going to do it. You just automatically just do it, right? Because you know how it's done, and your brain knows how it's done. It's in routine, basically. So pick those 2 things, hit them hard until it becomes a habit, and hit them hard until it becomes a lifestyle. Then you pick another 2 things. At the end of the day, think about this, alright? We got 12 months in a year, right? We got about 364 days, right, in a year. Think about that. That's so many days. That's a lot of days to actually work on your goals. So you don't need to get better right away, and you don't need to attack all 10 of them, 20 of them, 30 of them at the same time. It does not work like that. Just pick 2 or 3, work on them for a good 2-3 months, get better at those, make it a lifestyle, make it something that you just do naturally without even to think about it, and then pick another 2. And then do the same thing over and over and over again. Have a plan, have a strategy, like, have a bit of a target as well that you're trying to reach. If you don't reach it in time, that's fine. Just push the timeline a bit further. There's things that comes up, there's things that you don't see coming up down the line. So just push a bit further and then get better at those things first before you pick up another thing, because it's as simple as this. You're just going to overwhelm yourself. You're just going to become mentally and physically fatigued, and you're just going to lose sight and vision. And when you do that, when you lose sight of where you're going, of what you're trying to achieve, simple. That's when you just give up. That's when you just drop it. So starting this week, guys, I just want you to just pick up a few things, 1 or 2 things, really narrow it down, pick them up, and then just attack them for the next 2-3 weeks, right? Get better at those things before you pick up another thing. Try have a little bit of a plan, and then just because you're putting other stuff aside, it doesn't mean you're giving up on it. You're just prioritizing. You're prioritizing, and then you're going to go to the next stage where you pick up other things, then you prioritize on them, and then you keep on picking up. At the end of the day, by the time you get to the end of the year, you actually find yourself, you're going to have like so much things that you've done, rather than when you pick up 10 things and then you drop them. So just try and focus on a few things. Just pick about, and I'll say 5 things that you just want to really get good at, you really want to get better at this year. Work on those things with a strategy in bits and pieces that are digestible, that are, little bits and pieces that you can work on, that you can really focus on, and then just attack those things without getting distracted by all these things, trying to keep track of everything, and the bumps and everything that comes up with your goals and your targets and everything. So let's keep it simple, let's keep it light, and let's keep it digestible, and let's keep it focused. At the end of the day, let's all stay elevated.